Why don't you go see your boyfriend?
Yeah, he got a nice room. He won't have it long. He left a call for 7 a.m.
See if we can figure out something.
This is your plan?
Hi. I need to do this quick fast because as the title says, it's kind of a lunchtime live. It's kind of not. The reason why it's not is because I'm gonna set it up, get everything started, and then I need to have food and get ready for a meeting, which starts in an hour. And then in that meeting, I won't be able to interact much at all, actually. And then I have focus time afterwards. So I've set up a playlist. I am going to change the moderation, the comment moderation to be a little stricter. And I'm sorry if that means that some of your comments get held and you're a regular. The only reason I'm doing it is because sometimes when we've had, when the chat's been kind of unattended, there's been, I don't even want to call them trolls, people that come in and just are a-holes for no reason. So I'm going to bump it up a little bit and then I'm going to have to say basically, hi, bye. Hey, Jeannie, you're first. Well done. Stoked to see you here. Must be well early in the morning for you. And I might catch you guys later. Might not. I hope this goes okay. I've set it up on a different laptop. So fingers crossed. First things first, let's do this.
What's your number?
With the kiosk, but it wouldn't be the first time kiosk.
See something
Faulty.
on vote, bottom of page 30. Regardless, we've done conditions. You guys are free to go.
Okay, take it.
Sure. Thanks.
Judge
McCarty.
Where's Judge?
Amy.
Person on fugitive case, Mr. Carl Griffin, GRI.
Okay.
Judge, I'm approaching to see if you consider allowing him a bond to go turn himself into the demanding jurisdiction of Caddo, Louisiana. Caddo Parish, Louisiana.
He's asking for no bond.
Judge, my understanding from talking to him, he found out there was an issue from Louisiana and he turned himself in voluntarily to this jurisdiction. And so
Stephen, do you mind bringing out Mr. Griffin, please?
No problem, Your Honor.
I don't know if we have any record that reflects that, but that's his statement to me.
My only issue is that it's the second time. You know, if it was the first time, okay, but you know, when you fail to register a second time, you know, man. Yeah, I mean, you got to do this yearly. Yeah, and then you have every year. It's the same thing. You got to re-register. You know, the idea would be to do it every time on January 1st, so you know you got it done. Hey, talk to me all the way.
Judge, I just have a new fugitive case, Jeremy Fountain, and he would like to ask for a bond.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear back from Dave.
Oh, okay. You want me to hold off on that one? Sure, sure. No problem. I'll just be on standby for a little bit, Judge.
For sure. Thanks, James. Swazer? Come up.
Hello? Come on up.
Take a seat from in the jury box. Good morning. How's jail? Good. You're in front of me now because Louisiana has filed a warrant, issued a warrant for your arrest for your failure to comply and register as a sex offender, second time over. You were asking me for a bond, but I don't know you. I've never met you before in my life. The only way I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that really tells me who you are. I will tell you that I'm not happy with you because it's not your first time. It's now your second time. You know, when you sign for papers, what you have to do for the rest of your life. And you know, when you fail to register, you're looking at 10 years every single time. And you must register every year and you must update on a yearly basis. So if you tell me you forgot, you know, every year you have to update.
Judge, if I may just argue for my client real fast.
Sure.
Judge, I don't think he's missed any settings here in your court. I don't think you've afforded him the opportunity to turn himself in. He's got a plan in place to do so. He would have skin in the game if you allow him to post that bond. He understands that he would lose that money if he weren't to turn himself in. He understands that he won't have a second chance with you if that were to happen. And so he's asking me to see if you'd afford him the opportunity to do so. He hasn't failed in your court as of yet. I don't know, without going into specifics, I don't want to go into specifics as to why he didn't register out there. But because he hasn't messed up in your court just yet, I would argue that you afford him a chance to turn himself in. He'll get picked up again if he doesn't do so.
Judge, the state understands, however, we're seeing at least 3 probation violations out of Florida. The failure to register, I think the first time was in 2012 in Louisiana. And we also see that there's a fugitive from the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office in 2012 from Louisiana as well. So the state,
He's already had one fugitive case as well.
it's listed as a charge under Louisiana,
Yeah.
but it's listed as a fugitive from JPSO. So I'm guessing it was like sort of like a county thing, maybe, if I guess, but I did
So
see that.
do you know what happened on his first time that he failed to register?
I do not know.
Judge, my understanding from my client's recollection is that that fugitive case was not substantiated. It was thrown out, something about a different municipality. I don't know if the records reflect that or if the records reflect that it was followed through with, or I don't have access to those records, Judge, so I'm making an argument based on what my
Yeah,
client tells me.
I don't know. You know, Mr. What was the last name again?
His last name is Mr. Griffin, full name Carl Griffin.
Tell me about his criminal history. Is it substantial?
So he does have an open warrant out of Florida for failure to appear back in 2010.
Oh, he is now an open warrant?
It's from 2010, so I guess it's been in the system since then. That's what I read.
Hold on,
Amy,
hold on.
he now has an open warrant out of Florida?
It was issued in 2010.
I get it, but it's
Yes,
still
yes.
open?
I believe so.
And I'm not giving him
I would, again, I don't have access to that, but I'm
Right.
assuming if it was open, it would be part of this fugitive
I'm
case.
not. If he truly has an open warrant out of Florida, I'm not giving him.
I'm arguing that it's not open.
I know you're arguing, but you don't know for sure, right? She's telling me that there's an open warrant. Until I know for sure, we could
Judge, it's listed in the same spot with this current warrant that we're pitching on. So
yeah.
My understanding is it was for a traffic ticket. Is that what you show, or do you show some?
So what we can do is we can set it off to a little bit later. If you want to put it by the wayside, you guys can look into it more. But if he truly has an open case out of Florida, I'm not giving him.
Of course, of
No
course.
way.
Yeah, I'll look into that a little
For sure.
further.
Yeah, I mean, look, take your time. There's no rush. It's yeah.
Sounds good, and I'll get with Amy to see what info she can share. Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you in a minute. Screw it up.
Okay.
Page 10, Frosto, come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Frausto. Do you have a lawyer today?
No, I don't, Judge.
Tell me what you're doing about that.
I was gonna ask if I could get a little more time to get my affairs together.
Yes, I'll give you more time. Absolutely. If you want to head on over to Victoria, we'll have you sign a receipt. We'll get you out of here, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Can I address the court real quick? I want to say I'm a big fan. I see you on YouTube a lot. And I love how you, it's actions, not words.
Thank you.
Love that.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Frausto.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rachel, yes, I'll sign it now, but I don't think so.
No, I don't see it.
Great, there you go, you're free to go.
Hey, Rach, I'm gonna waive the fee, okay? Just so you know. And for future reference, just. Vic.
Judge, on page 20, Ortiz says the attorney is not.
Say that again?
Page 20, Ortiz says the attorney isn't going to show up.
Okay, so yeah, do a short 2 to 3 weeks. And then can you also appoint someone to sways you? Yeah.
Oh, Judge, the Spanish speaker we put in the box. I'll do it resend.
No, I'm gonna appoint someone.
No, I meant somebody else.
Yeah. We just do, yeah, if you can appoint someone. And then we did a no driving affidavit, and I don't know what kind of bond conditions he got last time, because I don't think he was here when I did it. Yes. Yeah.
Ortiz, Juan, come on up.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't sign both of them?
Right this way. Okay, sign the receipt.
Yeah.
Judge, I have Adrian Caldwell in custody. And his, he has a, here he has a violation of protective order and interference with 911 call. He's asking for, if there's any way you could reduce his bond on the violation of protective order. It's currently set at 30,000. He still needs to get a bond set in one of his retaliation cases in felony court, so he would still have to get that addressed.
Do you mind asking Stephen to bring him up
Oh, sure.
so we can talk to him?
Do you need the cost number? You got it. Okay.
I'm working on it. I'll give it to you right now. Just have a seat.
Between the two attorneys.
Morning, Mr. Caldwell. How's jail? That's right. Good. So in talking with Mr. Sims, he's asking me to lower your bond. I agree with you that 30,000 is high for a misdemeanor bond. You're charged with violation of a protective order or bond condition. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I don't know anything about your cases. I'd like to know about it to see whether we should lower your bond, because I don't know. It looks like to me you've also picked up a felony retaliation. With us, you have an interference with the emergency request for assistance and the violation of protective order. And you're on bond for an aggravated assault of a family member and a prior retaliation. Holy moly, man, it might go up. Okay, please. Yes, and the interference, please. It looks like they're all out of the same, like.
Complainant and defendant had a prior dating relationship. On August 4th, 2024, officer was dispatched to a disturbance. Defendant came to the residence uninvited and began banging on the front door. Complainant told 911 when she realized that it was defendant. Defendant was not supposed to be at the residence due to a prior assault family member incident. Defendant had bond conditions not to be in contact with the residents. A defendant made forced entry into the residence by kicking the front door. Complainant ran upstairs and locked herself in the bathroom. Defendant forced his way in the bathroom. Complainant stated, "You need to leave. This is not your house." Defendant realized complainant was on the phone with 911 and took her phone and said, "You're really calling the police on me?" Defendant threw the phone on the floor and then left the location in a rental car. Officer made contact with defendant via the phone call. Defendant told officer he would return in 10 minutes, but never showed. Complainant told officer defendant called her 14 times in the last 20 minutes. Complainant stated that she finally answered the next phone call, and defendant stated, "I am going to kill you for calling the police on me."
So the retaliation would be against the complaining witness. My one other question for you, what happened in the aggravated assault? What is the alleged fact? Did he point a gun, shoot a gun? use a car? How bad? Are there injuries?
Judge Russell was against the same complainant.
Right.
And then, and upside out something was in social media, tried to leave, and then they would find him. Defendant turned and rushed toward the complainant, causing her to fall on the couch, and defendant then began to hit the complainant in the face with a closed fist, causing pain. Daughter tried to step in between them, which led to the defendant going after the complainant's daughter. Complainant stepped in between them, and defendant grabbed the complainant by the hair and slammed her into a mirror. He then grabbed a lamp and began to hit her in the back and side of the head. Then defendant grabbed her by the hair and dragged her to the front door and left the residence.
Is the mirror the deadly weapon in that one?
The mirror, the couch, the lamp,
Is that how it's being alleged in the complaint?
the complaint.
So on April 19, 2024, defendant there unlawfully, intentionally, and knowingly threatened Ms. Johnson hereinafter styled the complainant a person with whom the defendant had a dating relationship, imminent bodily injury by using and exhibiting a deadly weapon, namely a knife.
Yes, Judge, that is correct. Complainant's daughter went back into the kitchen to stop the defendant from attacking the complainant, and defendant stopped and began to walk out of the house, turned around, and threw a knife at the complainant.
That's what I was curious as to how.
Yes, it's
You know,
right there. at the
I
very
gotta
end.
say, Miss, look, you don't have to say anything. I'm not asking you to justify anything. I'm just gonna say that, for me, you ever what was that movie Boomerang? Was it Boomerang or was it? No, it was Harlem Nights. Remember? There's that one. You ever watch Harlem Nights? There was that one part in Harlem Nights where the old lady goes, "Man, it's so good you could throw it in the air and it turns into sunshine." You know what I'm talking about? Not even if something was that good would allow me to want to subject myself to a 6x9 box. No man, woman thing is that good to subject yourself to living the next 15 years in a box, in a 6x9 box. I mean, how is it that someone can have you so wrapped? You know what I mean? Is life, is it really that worth it? You know what I mean? Is it? So many other questions, see, so many, I don't get it. I don't get it. What I do get, though, Mr. Caldwell, is that you're a dangerous person. Really. You act without thinking of consequence, and it scares me. It truly does. Not even if it was so good that you throw it up in the air and it turns into sunshine. Nothing is that good to want to live in a 6x9. But I know that when there's no self-control and there's a possibility of a murder happening, I can't justify lowering your bond, man. You're a dangerous person. And I know that you're going to tell me it's little gun drops and tulips and little bunnies jumping in the woods, but you have to know you how you are, man. And it sucks. I would consider that next time you're out there in the free world. Nothing is that good to live in a 6x9. Man. It's just not. You ain't, no more going out playing Xbox, Burger King, Popeyes. I told them later today, I want some greasy fried chicken as soon as I leave here because of all the shisa here. It's just not worth it, man. You know what I mean? I'm not lowering your bond. And in fact, I'm going to raise the bond on the interference. So if you do get out, I am making sure that you're not out without a GPS monitor and I'm ordering you not to be within 1,000 feet of where she lives or where she works, not to be in possession of weapons.
Judge, could we at least keep the bonds the way they are? He can't make them as they are, and he still has to make a bond in felony court.
And the resident was, all right.
Can we at least keep the bonds where they are?
State,
Judge, like.
the bond on the interference is at 5,000. I was gonna raise it.
And Judge, given the nature of the assault and the nature of the relationship and the amount of cases pending the payment states.
He already can't make his bonds and he has a felony bond he's gonna have to post. I understand not lowering them if you don't feel it's appropriate, but can we at least keep them where they are?
Your Honor, we made our position known as to, ultimately we'll defer to the court, but it sounds like we're already getting to a common state of mind on this.
We're at no bond right now, valuation upstairs. It looks like you go back to court on 9/10. I'll keep it as is now, Mr. Caldwell, but I'm gonna keep on a very tight leash if you do get out. Right now, you're not going anywhere. And I would consider that next time you're out in the free world, is it worth it, man? Really? You're really gonna let someone drag you down? A person drag you that far down? Really? Be smarter than that, dude. Really? It's not worth it. So hold on. So GPS prior to release, not to go within 1,000 feet. No dope, no alcohol, no weapons. I'm gonna tell you now. Let me see if there are VPOs that are entered in this thing. One more thing I need to apprise you on that the Texas Constitution does not allow me, but in very, very limited, circumstances for misdemeanor court to hold someone at no bond. You are charged with violation of a protective order bond condition. If you violate the conditions I put on you now, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. I will do it in a heartbeat. I want to protect every single person of Harris County. I don't care if I hurt your feelings, I make you upset. You understand? A protective order was issued in this case. Get to know it, because if you violate that protective order, I will have a hearing to hold you at no bond. All right? Okay, thanks. All right. So Rachel, make sure you do it on the VPO. That way we can hold him at no bond if he violates, okay?
Judge, can I approach on the other one that I was waiting for Day to give a response on?
Yeah.
It's the
Fountain?
fugitive case. It's Mr. Fountain.
Amy?
See if that's considered bond, Judge.
Why?
So for one thing, this warrant is for a burglary in the first degree. I also have the facts regarding what's on the
Okay,
warrant.
yeah.
Do you want to bring them out?
Yeah, let's do that. Please.
Can you let someone else?
Yeah. Anna, yes, thanks, James. Anna,
Mayor Pro Tem.
yes, ma'am.
I have Mr. McGee. He's on bond for a plea.
It's a plea? Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay.
3 for 3?
He's taking a time served and the unlawful carry, and then they're dismissing the POM.
What about the weapon, Anna? Want to forfeit the weapon?
It wasn't a requirement. I just didn't think that you would give it back.
I'd like to know. So,
Okay.
I'd like to know with Pavel what their position is.
Okay. Okay,
I guess we'll do that. He stepped out.
okay.
Hey, Mr. McGee,
Good morning.
so you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You've worked out an agreement there where they're going to dismiss the possession of marijuana. You're going to plead to the unlawful carrying. This is going to go on your record. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Want to put it behind me.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
Well, I'm applying for jobs like UX, and I'm searching for work.
Think this is going to help or hurt?
Well, this is gonna help because
Well, it's not going to help. What are you talking about?
I don't have to come. I can focus on that.
Your
now.
appearances, well, other than trying to get into school, your appearances would otherwise be waived. Did you graduate from high school?
I got my GED.
Did you get it?
I believe so, yes.
So understand that this is going to go on your record. It's going to make your life more difficult. Anytime you try to apply for a job, you're going to have to explain this conviction to them and how you got it. Do you understand? You don't want to do a deferred where it, you can end up with that conviction. Once you plead guilty, you waive the right to appeal. So what that means is that you can never come back and complain about this. Oh man, I didn't know this was going to hurt. I didn't know it was going to hurt this bad. I shouldn't have done this. You sure you want to do this?
Yes, sir.
And judge, without going into any attorney-client
Sure.
communication, he has helped us.
And I trust Shannon. I just want to make sure that this is a lifetime decision you make now, that once you plead to this, there's no going back. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, there's no coming back. You sure?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Good, sir.
I will find you guilty. I am going to forfeit the weapon. I'm not giving it back. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, sir. I'll roll your court. I'll see you on anything. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Michael.
It's an off docket matter.
Okay, let me just, if you have an off docket, let me just.
It's for a plea. It's a, yeah. It's a.
I don't know.
Cameron.
Okay, you ready? All right. Sure.
Case number.
Okay. All right. Are you Miss Cameron? Miss Cameron, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
Time served, Your Honor. Credit for 3 days, or credit for 2.
It's 3 days in jail, credit for 2. Understand this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over, an officer is going to see this. Do you think they're going to give you a hard time? No, not probably. They will. They will always. And if you have the smell of alcohol, you will get arrested and charged with another offense. I would never, even if you've had 1 beer or 1 glass of wine, I wouldn't get in the car, because if you get pulled over, they'll see this prior DWI, they're going to take you down. What we're doing today will not happen again. And from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand? How do you plead to the office? I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days, man.
Your Honor, we were going to ask if we could run the suspension concurrently with the ALR suspension that she's already.
She kicked out of the program. She's pleaded guilty. What good has she done to earn that? Show me something that's.
She has completed the SOP, and one of the issues with the
Hold on a second.
with the interlock issue was.
I gotta address this guy 'cause he's out here. Just let me talk. Let me get this done, and then we'll go deeper into it. Mr. Fountain, I presume.
Yes, sir.
How's jail? You're asking me to set you a bond, huh?
Yes, sir.
I don't know anything about you, let's pull you up. Amy, tell me about it.
Yes, Judge. So he wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia for residency pursuit. Was issued back in April of last year. He had a prior weapons charge from Illinois just a year before that. He had a dismissed speed case in Arizona in 2019. We're asking for no bond, particularly on this warrant, especially. He states that he had entered into a house through a window. He went into the house, broke a TV a TV.
Man, goes into a house and breaks a TV.
I live there. How is that possible?
How do I know that?
Judge, somebody was, he had moved out 2 days prior to the incident, and he had been living in the house for over a month. His name not on it. The complaint witness of this case also noticed that their vehicle's left side front windshield and side back window were shattered. When the officers came to the scene, they were responding to a verbal altercation.
What?
When the officers were dispatched to the scene, they were responding to a verbal altercation.
Oh, I see. Okay. Was he still there? No.
No.
He had taken off.
I don't have that information, Judge.
Okay. Any other prior fugitive cases?
Just the weapons charge from Illinois in 2022. We're asking for no bond, Judge.
So what happened? Was it filed and he took flight? He's not on probation for this or anything. It's just,
No, Judge.
I don't know,
Sounds like it was filed as a 2B. I'm not sure.
perhaps.
We're just talking about the future.
How are you gonna get back to Georgia?
I actually had plans to be there this weekend.
Why are you here?
I actually live here now. Well, I live in, when I got arrested, I was heading home because my alarm system was going off. I live in Lufkin, Texas. I don't live in Atlanta anymore. But I was going back this weekend. The guy that I just had a conversation with him, he said he was going to drop it anyways. When they pulled me over in January they said they couldn't see the tag. They said they couldn't even verify the same warrant that I'm here for today.
So you know about this.
Yeah, but they said they couldn't verify when
So why aren't you going to go take care of it?
because when I talked to the guy, he said that he was going to go drop it, so I left it in his hands. And yeah. I should have stayed on it instead of
Right.
somebody else word.
Now you know.
So now I'm in this position that I'm in right now.
Judge, may I say something?
Sure.
It really does sound like it's not a typical burglary that we see. It sounds like it almost might be a civil dispute over eviction. Because it sounds like he lived there and then the month before he was evicted. And it sounds like he maybe disagreed about the manner in which he was evicted or disagreed as to whether he was lawfully evicted. So this isn't really quite what I think of when I think of a burglary that shocks the conscience.
Well, Judge, even so, a typical civil dispute does not end in somebody entering the house and damaging
Look,
property.
if I set you a bond, it's got to be sufficiently high that I know that you're going to go back to Georgia. Okay. If I set you a bond, it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of around $7,500.
500,
7,500,
I
correct?
pay 10% of that,
No,
7,500.
you're a fugitive from another state. You're an inherent flight risk, Mr. Fountain. You know what I mean? Let's do this. I'll have you speak to James and see if you still want me to set the bond. Have you already waived?
He already has a waiver in place, Judge.
If you have a waiver in place and you withdraw that waiver, you will, all that credit that you've earned, the time that you've been here, you're going to lose it. So you need to speak with James to see if you have someone that's going to make it for you. What I would suggest is also perhaps give him a phone number for someone that he can contact to see if there's someone that's going to pony up all that money for you. If not, then I would probably just keep the waiver in place.
Okay.
And I mean, we give Georgia 2 weeks to come get you. And if they don't come get you, at that point, you'll be released. But I'm going to tell you this now, that this warrant will be there eternally for you until you go back to Georgia and take care of it.
Right.
Do you understand?
That's
Okay.
So Judge, you would set his bond at 7,500?
Yeah. So just, you let me know if that's something you want, if you want to do it, we'll do it for you. If not, we'll keep the waiver in place and wait for Georgia to come get you. Okay.
Your Honor.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Michael.
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't need her, right?
Okay.
But all I know is that we put her in the PTI program. She didn't complete it. We had to issue a warrant because she didn't even show up.
I thought we were resetting this to today for bond forfeiture, instead of forfeiting the bond on Friday.
She knew she had to be here.
And Yes, Your Honor. As far as the reasons to run it concurrently, the issues with the interlock device were more of a financial issue than anything like blowing, testing positive for alcohol. They were substantial enough that Mr. Beadle did put her on the zero tolerance, and just out of full disclosure on that. But she has no prior criminal history on this, and she. And then when it was finally revoked, one of the issues was that there was some issues with SOP. However, she had completed SOP.
Order in the courtroom.
And we do have the certificates for that, saying, to show that she did complete the SOP. So other than the financial issue with the interlock device, there was really only one violation on the once being put on the zero tolerance, as far as the
Let's do
revoking.
this. I don't even know how it was. Victoria, tell me about.
So she had a history of non-compliance with the alcohol monitoring device. So they placed her on the zero tolerance.
How many times? Tell me, what does she just keep drinking
Had a
booze?
pattern of skip tests. So she was averaging about 30 skip tests a month.
Oh.
And then after they put her on the zero tolerance, she tested positive for marijuana on 85, and then that's when they removed her.
Did she do anything while she was in the program?
She did complete the victim impact panel. I don't have proof of SOP. That's the only thing I see.
And I have the certificate for the SOP.
What else is she ordered to do? IOP or just SOP?
Just SOP. And then the DWI education.
Did she do the DW education class?
Not that I.
No. If she would have done the DW education class, I would have done it for you. But to me, that's the most important part. If she did it, then I'll run it. If she didn't do it, then I'm suspending a license for 6 months. That's like the most basic tenet of this thing.
Let's see.
No. You guys go. Right. Mata. Hi, Joe.
Hello, Your Honor, how you doing?
Monday.
Happy Monday, Your
What's
Honor.
up with you?
I'm here on Ernesto Leon. He's on the docket today, and he's in the jury pool. He had a bond. But there is an explanation.
Mr. Leon, come up.
Yes, I tried to solve that.
Your Honor, I've been told that there was a showing of THP. He was not to use any drugs. He is a veteran of, I think he served approximately 6 years in the military, honorably discharged. And he purchased some CBD over the counter at one of these smoke shops, thinking that would not have any bearing on any test. And it's
Your responsibility to look at whatever you put in your body.
And I forgot one last thing. I apologize.
Joe?
He suffered from PTSD, and that's why he treated with that. But obviously, he doesn't have a medical prescription for it, right?
No, sir.
So he was self-medicated.
Let's do this. I'm sending him for a drug test right now, drug and alcohol test. I want to know what, if anything, is going to test positive for Joe.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then it's already nearly 11:45. We can roll it to tomorrow, and then we'll see where we go. But I want to know what, if anything, this is system, okay? And then what have you done to treat your PTSD other than alcohol and dope?
Nothing, Your Honor.
That's not a good sign. And I'm either going to put you in jail, or you need to go back to the VA and figure this thing out.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're going to do. You need to figure out a way to treat the PTSD other than alcohol and dope. And if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
So what we're going to do now is I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. I'm going to set your case for Thursday. I want you to go to the VA between now and then and figure out what path we can take to address the PTSD. If you've done nothing between now and Thursday, there's only one place that you're going to go to. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I've already filled out an application online for the VA.
Okay, I want you to go there and figure out and bang on everybody's door to figure out where we go from here. But I will not take, no one's calling me back, no one's answering my email. If you come back with those excuses, there's only one place I'm putting you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I want to see what paperwork, what program they have that are available that we can work through this PTSD. And that's it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll see you on Thursday. And we're sending him now for a drug test. If you don't go to take the drug test, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. And I'm going to set your bond at 20 to 30,000. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay, so there is no certificate for the DWI.
Okay, so it's, you know, I'm gonna apply for a lot, but I'm not gonna reward her for just as it's nonsensical.
Now, she is currently looking for employment right now. Could we waive the court costs and fees?
Second, Michael, let me know. What card?
Judge, I'm approaching on two things. One is Cesar Flores, the second one is Carl Griffin, who's in the back, but I'll talk about Cesar Flores first. So Cesar Flores, Judge, he's currently in custody. He's got 2 DWIs on your docket. I was trying to reset this to next Wednesday.
If you want.
Okay.
Sure.
It was very old, so I was told to approach.
It's okay. I mean, he picked up the new case, so I mean, it's only 2 months, 2.5 months old, so I was
Sounds good,
gonna
Judge.
give you more time to do whatever you need to do.
I think we'll be able to resolve it on Wednesday of next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge. Do you want to bring them out, Judge, or you want to
I
just?
don't know, what,
It's the bond. I'm trying to get a bond fugitive.
It's just the one.
know how, I mean, it's gonna be a high bond.
What would you
You know,
consider?
at least like 5 to 7 is what I was thinking.
5,000?
5 to 7, or
Uh,
somewhere in between.
All right, let me see.
I'm not giving him a low bond
Okay.
on a failure to register a second time over. And he's had a prior fugitive case as well.
All right, I'll talk to him. I'll let him know and
And then-
we'll make a decision.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, my approach.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm covering a plea for Carlos Rodriguez. It's on a Miguel Longoria.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
So Longoria,
7, 31. Longoria? I don't see it.
Longoria, Miguel Angel.
What's,
Page 23.
there it is. Oh, Mr. Rostro Longoria, how old are you, bud? You're 24, and now you're pleading to your second DWI. Boy, that really sucks. What happens on your next one?
Prison time. Prison time.
How much? 10 years. You get pulled over. They look. They're gonna say DWI, DWI, you smell like alcohol. You will immediately go to jail. And then you're looking at a crap load of prison time. Or even the faintest smell of weed. You're gonna be looking at a lot of prison time. Have you been to prison before? Do you have any clue what they would do to you in prison? Do you have a TV at home? Okay, There's a channel called A&E. Go look at 60 Days In. There are shows that will exactly show you what goes on in a prison 60 days in. Go look. Because it's really interesting to see what they do with little kids, 24 years old, that look at about 5'2". Treat you like a freaking rag doll. I'm telling you, they'll pass you around like a veritable rag doll, like a piece of chattel. And all you have to do is have to thank the smell of alcohol for the next 70 years. Do you understand? You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read to the court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this, there's no turning back. I'm going to tell you now, I am not making this easy on you. You will be required to pay the DPS fine and fees and surcharges. And if you don't, you will go to jail. For every $100 you owe, you will be doing 1 day in jail. And because of this now, you're probably going to be owing somewhere to the tune of $6,500 that you will be due and owing. And for every $100, you will be doing a day in jail. Do you understand, Mr. Rastro Longoria?
Yes, sir.
I'm also going to suspend your license. You're not allowed to drive for a year. If you drive, you will be back here. But I want you to understand that we mean business and we take this completely serious. Watch the news. Every day someone dies. Watch. And also, when we're done out of here tonight, when you go home, I want you to go watch A&E and watch those shows so you see what prison's like, because you're one step away. How do you plead to the officer of driving while intoxicated, second offense? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. Is he going in now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm suspending your license for 1 year. Don't drive. Good luck, Mr. Rastro Longoria. Let me see. Hold on. He's on felony probation, deadly conduct too.
Said they already resolved that up there.
You're begging for prison, Mr. Rastro Longoria. Begging. You need to realize that by pleading guilty to this, it's very possible they revoke your probation and send you to prison upstairs, right?
He said that they've already resolved that case upstairs, Judge, so I'm hoping that.
What happens?
I got assigned DWI classes and IOP classes, and I'm almost done with everything. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do.
I'm going to tell you that there's only so many times they're going to let you slip when you muck up this thing. Is this the first time he's mucked this thing up?
I believe so, Judge.
I just changed my ways.
I believe that. Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Rastro. You telling me you've changed? I have hair. All right. Come on, computer. Come on, La Bamba. Is it true or untrue that you had the prior DWI at a court 5 in 2022?
Yes.
Is it also true that you had a breath alcohol concentration of a 0.15 or above, sir? Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thanks. Okay, Anna. Which one? I don't know. I don't remember. Let me go through them and then I'll. And,
I'm approaching on Tillis. She's in custody.
okay. Kadzea,
So she's got a criminal mischief that's pretty old and then one that's from Friday, it looks like. And Victoria told me I needed to approach because of the age of the older case. But I just was appointed today, so if. I
yeah,
get-
so I see why, because she's on bond. They gave her another PR bond for the mischief.
So if I could just get like a quick reset so I can take.
So, no, I mean, the only thing is I'm not gonna give her a PR bond on the old case.
Okay.
Just because she's at 5,003. I don't think that she should have gotten another PR bond.
Okay.
But you can do whatever you'd like to do, I'm okay with, but I'm not gonna give her a PR bond.
Okay.
That's it. But whatever
You're
you
okay
want
with
to
the
do.
reset?
Of course,
short
yeah,
reset?
whatever, I mean, whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
So Judge, Mr. Fountain was asking if there's any way you would do anything lower than 7,500. I didn't think you were, but. No, okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
hey, Greg,
We're doing three, Your Honor.
okay,
Can Mom come up too? She has some questions.
of course.
Yeah, come up.
Hey. Hey, can you, on Tillis, can you take off the PR bond? On the
Sit right here. All right.
on, up top.
They dropped the family member. So NCIC code is straight assault.
It's huge. That's big. I hope you appreciate that's a huge development. That means that takes away the prior, or I'm sorry, it takes away the possibility that if you would ever pick up another one, you'd be looking at a third-degree felony. That's a huge abandonment of what you're pleading to. You are still looking at a year. So if you violate this probation, I can put you in jail for an entire year. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put you in rehab. That's what I'm going to do. You know what the sanction is. If you test positive for anything, shh, you know exactly what's going to happen. You will be going.
It's all cell phone. I wonder
It's
if
probably
it's the attorneys.
Yeah. You know exactly what's going to happen. So, Mom, you have a question?
Yes, so he's on that monitor, I want to know if he's able to help me with take my son to school in the mornings. And if he's able to pick him up.
What do you mean? If he's able to pick him up? Does he have a license?
Yeah, he has a license.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
You do.
Does he have insurance? Is he insured?
I have insurance for him.
If he's not insured, he can't drive. You need to put him on the,
Non-owner's Insurance, right?
Hmm?
You can get a non-owner's insurance?
if whatever car he's, right, if he's driving your
Add him
car,
onto my insurance?
add him onto your policy. Because if he gets into an accident and he goes and creates $30,000 worth of damage, where do you think they're gonna go after? They're not gonna go after him. Well, they will, but they're gonna go after you. You're the one that has deeper pockets than him. So if he gets into an accident in your car and he's not covered, not only is he gonna break the car, he'll have to pay for the other piece's property, hospital, medical bills that could run into 30 to 50. I mean, just an ambulance ride is $3,000. It's ridiculous, you know? So I'm okay with it as long as he has insurance.
Yeah, and I think their concern is, Your Honor, he has to call or they call him every time he's leaving, like today for court. He got the call, he had to confirm that he's coming to court. So I don't know if it's going to continue on probation. I didn't think it would.
Well, on probation, he will have a person that he's going to check in with at a region. You don't anymore come here to court. You will from now on check in with a probation officer. And I'm going to tell you now that they have miserable jobs. So if you go to a probation officer at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they're going to be tired. There will have been people dealing with people who lie, cheat, and steal all day. What I would do is make their appointment first in the morning when they're fresh, crack a joke, be nice, and then they're going to be on your side. If you go there at 4 in the afternoon on a Friday or a Thursday, they're gonna be tired, irritable, restless. If you try to give any kind of excuse, nope, they're not gonna take it. They have your lives in their hands and they can either squeeze it or massage it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Right.
So will I still be on house arrest leaving court?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, he's trying to get a job. Mom wants him to get a job. He's had some interviews. He hasn't gotten callbacks.
So I want him to go out and actually look for a job. And
Actually,
right now with the ankle monitor, he can't just be leaving the house.
I will.
He's got one today at 4:32, Your Honor. He tells me.
I will acquiesce to you, meaning I will agree with whatever you want because you know what's best. I do think that for damn sure, I don't want you out in the middle of the night.
oh, yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So you have a cutoff of 9 p.m. If you get a job, then we can modify that to what your job
Where's your
is,
interview?
right?
Can I, mind if I put it up?
You don't know where it is?
No, I got the picture.
So we will tailor the conditions to what kind of job he gets. He's got to stay in school and graduate. That's part of the condition.
Oh, okay.
Miguel,
Yes, sir.
you must stay in school. You must graduate. That's the number one condition you have here for this probation. No going out in the middle of the night, no weapons, no hanging out with the tools that you've been hanging out with that get you to test positive, or perhaps it's you that is the tool against everybody else. No more. I'm trusting you to do this on your own. You know what the consequence is if you mess this thing up, if you test positive for marijuana, if you use anything, because I'm going to test you like crazy. While you're on probation, I'm making them test you like crazy, not once a month, not 2 times a month. You will be testing more so that I know that you're not using the one time you test positive into the inpatient you go. And that's it. So I'm trusting you guys are going to make the right decisions. I'm still going home at night. I'm still going to go home tonight and feed fried chicken. So if you go out there and do whatever you're going to do, your ass is going into inpatient. That's it.
Yes,
So
sir.
make the right decision.
Yes, sir.
What else would you like?
That's just for him to be able to go out and get a job and help me out and take my son to school.
Gotcha. What else did they recommend?
They only recommended the TRAS, right under analysis, no drugs and alcohol, and then no harassment, threatening content.
No classes whatsoever? Really? Okay.
Okay, so it's the IOP SOP, graduate from school. He's got, his interview today's at 4:30. It's with Razoo's Cajun Cafe, Pasadena.
Great.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
One question though, does he still have to be going 3 times a week to the narcotics office?
To where?
She said it, you still want him to.
Yes, yeah.
So 3 times a week?
But if you want to do that with online, I'm okay, as long as he provides proof that he's, doing it well. I get it. I agree.
I've been taking, he's done 6 already. He has the paper signatures and everything.
Is it going well?
Yes, yes, sir.
Then keep it up. Whatever works, that's what you keep doing.
Your fate is in your own hands. You understand that, right?
If you start faltering, he's gonna end up back and then, I just don't want to see him fail. All right, you're charged with assault. They're taking away the family member portion. So what that means is that, hey, sit, you're not allowed to leave. They're taking away the family member allegation. This is big. So you're still facing a year in jail. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you violate this probation, I can issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail. I can literally put your butt in jail for an entire year. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
But if you fail at this thing, you're going into inpatient treatment. You're looking at a minimum of 6 to 9 months. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of assault?
Yes, sir.
I will not find you guilty I will withhold that. Are we doing, Greg, what are we doing? 18 months or what? 2 years?
It's 13 months.
You don't end up with a conviction. You understand? All right. Good luck, Mr. Garcia. Make me proud.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You know how to get a hold of us if you need anything.
Thank you, Judge. See you tomorrow.
Hey,
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm here on Mr. Lamumba.
Okay.
Yes,
Would you want us to take over or you want to stay on?
oh, I didn't know why I was called. I thought you were going to work on it.
No, we wanted to know whether, remember you were going to look to see, I guess, talk with the family to see if you, because you were on the old one. We didn't put you on the new one.
Right.
I think we
Yeah,
appointed
well,
someone.
yeah. But I was gonna need some time for him to get out because he's, he's still sick and that, and he can't even speak with his family.
Why?
But I guess he's just having some trouble. His family lives out of town from what he's telling me.
Okay.
So they can't bond him out because they live out of town. He's having some issues right now. This morning was my first time doing this speech.
What would you like me to do? You want to just set it off a week?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Judge.
Okay. Yeah, we did appoint someone to the new one, right? Okay, who got it? Carl, oh, Pruitt, okay, Carl Pruitt got it. So just stay in touch with them and then just keep us in the loop. Yeah, we'll set it off, I guess, a week and let us know. Okay,
I'll talk to him about his bond.
okay,
Thank you,
yeah,
Judge.
thanks.
Yeah, just in regards to Mr. Longoria again, Judge, he just wanted to let you know, on the felony case, that case was reduced down to a misdemeanor, deadly conduct. He wanted to
Oh,
make sure
really?
that you understood that, Judge.
I didn't know
He understands, you just said, I want the judge to know that. He goes, I'm actually on it. He goes, I'm ready to go. He goes, let the judge know that once I get out and I finish my time, I'm ready to complete it properly. He goes, please let him know. I know my actions have to be what show him, but he just wants to ask if there's any way that you would allow him to leave custody once he finishes his jail time. And the reason I say it that way is because he says, I'd much rather pay the fine if I have
Yes,
to.
of course.
Because I just don't want to.
That's what I'm expecting. Yes, I'm not gonna make him sit out $6,000. No, I'm gonna release him. No.
He actually has 12 days credit when they took him in for this law violation on the upstairs case. If you were to give him credit, he would be done right now. But he said whatever the court wants to do, because I think she had mentioned he had 12 days credit.
No, I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not giving him credit.
And that's fine, Judge, but he just wanted you to know that.
Got it. Okay.
Basically in that regard.
I will give him a payment plan so they can pay it. Just let him know if he stops, he knows what's happening. Yep.
Thank you, Judge. I'll let him know.
So, because he has to go set up the payment plan and then he has to turn himself in.
Okay, so have him go do that now. And then I guess we can give him a 6 PM turning day. Yeah,
6 p.m.
6 PM turning day. And then he needs to go now, to set up the payment plan, and then we'll have him turn it at 6.
Absolutely, Judge.
Okay,
Just tell him to have it.
Michael.
And then
About
Okay,
waiving the fine and court costs.
okay,
for-
man, come up. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I have a track background. I went to school for track. I did hurdle specifically.
Shh, I can't hear anything.
I went to Texas,
I need you to speak louder.
sorry. I went to Texas State University, School of Fashion Merchandising.
Okay,
I have a track background, like I just said, and since I've been out, I've had a job, and then
are you working now?
no, I was working a couple months ago, up until a couple months ago. I had something after that, and then that whole downfall in July, that's when I didn't have anything, so that's why I had
Why
the.
aren't you working now? Or who do you live with? How are you supporting yourself?
Oh, I live with my mother currently.
You what?
uh,
Okay,
So that's the support I have. So I'm currently looking, I've had a lot of interviews set up. I have actually an interview on Wednesday with Buckle for like the management program. So I've been in the searches for, looking. When I had got my job, I was doing good, and then I lost it. Everything just went down.
here's my problem. It's, if I give my son a car, right? Is he gonna take care of it? versus if I have them work for it. When you give someone, they, like when I give someone a court-appointed lawyer, right? So many times they treat them off the lawyer. They take it for granted. They have this false sense of entitlement. And I find that, when you're too nice to people, they just run you over, right? You, in this program, you haven't done anything. The only thing you did was you did one class, right? You did the victim impact panel.
I did the SOP class too.
She
I
did.
did-
I don't know that. We don't have proof of that.
But I submitted, sorry.
It's okay. What I'm trying to tell you is that you got kicked out. You continued to consume alcohol. You never blew into your device.
Well, when I missed the days.
They were missed. They weren't positive.
Okay, you're smoking dope. Sorry.
When you miss, well, this breathalyzer, if your card declines, it logs you out. Like you can't blow at all. With this device, you can't do anything until you actually pay it. So with my other one, I could blow, I was able to still blow when I didn't have any money or whatever. But the new one I have, if this payment's declined, you can't blow at all. So that was the reason why I had 30 missed. And that was because it's 3 times a day, obviously. So it was like a week and a half's worth of, and by the time it was a week and a half, I had to pay like $60, $70. So I wasn't doing it to be, because I was drinking or anything like that. It was genuinely because I didn't have any money. And I kept borrowing money from my mom.
The idea that we have you here is so that you learn from the mistake. We all make mistakes. I mean, we're all human, right? But the idea is that you learn, and it's only going to get more difficult. And the more stuff you put on your record, the worse it's going to be, right? You now have this DWI, it's going to go on your record. Do you think it's going to be easier or harder?
Harder.
Right. You have to know that you ever get in a car and have any weird smell, it's over. You will be looking minimum 30 days. It's a lot of time. I suspended her license for 180 days. I will acquiesce to you though, and I will take off the supervisory fee. This is big because this now takes off $3,500 that you would normally be required to pay. And this doesn't go to me, doesn't go to the courts, it goes to DPS. And DPS always wants their money. And if you don't get the money to them, they never give you a license until you do. I will take that off, but I want you to remember this day. And I want you to understand that if you ever come back to this court, I will make it very, very difficult. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. Hi.
Judge, could you let
Hi, come on up. Thank you for being patient. Hi.
I'm Alejandro Fuentes Ramirez.
Fuentes?
Ramirez, yes.
In jail or on bond?
In jail.
Judge Hunter Ramirez, page 48.
Okay. What would you like?
He wants a reset. He wants to think about going to trial. So 3 weeks because I'm going on vacation. I'll be gone for a couple weeks.
It's already 266 days.
In all likelihood, we'll set it for trial. He just wants to think about it.
Why don't we just set it now?
Okay.
Because, I mean, the trial setting that you're going to get is probably going to be late September anyways.
Okay.
We're setting now cases at around September 24th to October 1st. We set them on Tuesdays. I'll let you pick whatever day you want.
Okay, that'll work.
Is there no way to reconcile?
No, because he's telling me he didn't do it. I know him. He's a personal friend of mine. So he's been going
That's a
through some
nice hold.
divorce. He's been going through a divorce. So he's going through, like, he used to have a thriving company. He used to make over $1 million a year, but his ex-wife, falsely accused him of family violence in the protective order court. She got a protective order against him. So he went to prison for TDC
What?
for about a year, yes, on violating the protective order, but never like physically beating her. So he's angry at everybody. So anybody tells him anything, I'm like, you need to calm down. So what he needs more is mental health instead of, because he thinks everybody's out to get.
Do you want me to have him evaluated?
No, he's fine. He's like,
He
he's
is?
right.
Okay.
You can't, I don't think he did this because I know him. I think he probably said, hey, let me in there. And she probably got scared of him because he's tall and he has a mohawk. So I don't think he did what he.
He has a mohawk for real?
He had a mohawk. Now he doesn't have one anymore. If you look at his prior pictures, he has a mohawk. Now he doesn't. Yeah, he had a mohawk.
Okay, just whatever
So-
day you want him, fine.
No, Judge, the next trial day would be October 8th.
What do you
That'll
think?
work. Yeah.
It's a Tuesday.
That should be
Are you sure? You want to look?
fine. Let me double check. Yeah.
Double check and then just let me know. And if so, it's yours.
Okay.
Pavel, that's it. Okay. Will,
Yes, sir.
what's going on?
Got a point on Swayzer.
Oh, give me a second. Okay, come up, Mr. Swayzer. You've been on bond in this court since the 12th of this month. And I ordered you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You tested positive for fentanyl. What else, Rachel? Guess what happens now? Don't look at her, look at me. Has nothing to do with her. Guess what happens now? Are you messed up right now? Goes with you. I'm gonna chat you right now, Will.
Okay.
Crap. You did it to everyone. Hold on, I'm gonna check you something else now. Where we at?
We did have a.
Sweet baby Jesus.
CHA that showed up.
What?
Maybe like 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
Question on Rostro, you're doing the 6th now?
No. The 6,000? No, it's actually even more. It's a huge, it's a point,
6,000, that's the most it says.
but it's a 0.15 kicks it up even more, doesn't it?
That will be something else. Yeah,
Not to exceed.
Do you
6,000.
remember on surcharges, when you have a 0.15 or above, tax like even more, doesn't it?
I don't think it does on the second.
I know on a first it taxed $1,500, right? But I don't know.
That is true. On the first, it does tax on for a second.
It's too much anyways, just,
Second is 4,500, Judge.
yeah.
Yeah, it's 4,500 flat.
But on the second, it's 6,000, right?
On that VAC of 0.16 or more, it's 6,000.
6,000.
Okay.
And then
the
court
other one
cost
is-
as well.
Yes.
And then-
6,000, like almost. The total is 6,430.
Yeah, 2-year payment.
But it's in here, you sure?
What do you mean you're sure?
I mean, the other one was 4,000.
I know, I thought I can't do more than 2 years.
So it's whatever you want.
Can you do more than 2 years on a payment plan? I thought I couldn't do more than 2 years.
You could call collections. They're gonna tell me whatever you want to give them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have to put it on the process.
So, okay, let me-
But to start off, to use.
Yeah.
Right now. Because that's how we done it, but that's to put 2 years per judge. I know last time we did it like that. But it was because we.
that would be, so on a 2-year, that would be $270 a month. I don't know, I mean, I don't know what kind of obligations he has. And a 3-year would be, what is that, 36, right? It'd be 180. Yeah, I guess so. Because I mean, I want to make sure that he pays it. I don't want to like make it so high that it becomes cumbersome and that he never gets it done. I think that 180 is probably reasonable. So do 3 years. Yeah. Hey, you ready? For sure.
Mr. Sewell, that's TZUL,
Cool.
yes, TZUL-MUC. He is in your jury box.
Okay.
He took a test this morning and he tested positive.
For what?
Cocaine and methamphetamine.
Come up.
He just hired me this morning. I haven't spoken to him about the conditions or anything like that. When I asked him what happened, he said, he explained to me that he used to use before, but this case is about a month old, Your Honor.
I ordered you not to use alcohol kind of drugs. I sent you for a drug test and you tested positive for cocaine and methamphetamine. Guess what happens now? Mr. Tzulmuk.
No, yo no he hecho nada ahorita. Haven't done anything right now.
Yeah, right now, sure. For you to test positive for cocaine and or meth, that means you did it within the last couple days. Mr. Tzulmuk, I'm now revoking your bond and I will be placing you into custody. I'm sorry, counsel.
Well, I understand, Your Honor. I completely understand. I'm gonna reaffirm everything you said just now. I know it's unacceptable, so I'll speak to him again, Your Honor. And thank you.
I gave you the opportunity to try it by yourself. I told you not to use. It is on you to fight your demons, to do whatever you can. You've shown me now that you're incapable of doing it yourself, or you quite frankly just don't care. But your bond condition was not to use. You used, so now you stay with me. He goes with you.
Your Honor, may I be excused? Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Look, so have you signed on to the case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to stay on it? Do you want me to
No, it's okay. I'll stay on it. We're retained, Your Honor. I'm gonna speak to him.
If you want to withdraw, just let me know. We can appoint someone. It's up to you.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Sure. Just keep us in the loop for the foreseeable future. He will pop up on tomorrow's docket because anytime we take someone into custody, they auto-populate for tomorrow. So he will be up here tomorrow regardless.
Yes.
If you want me to just reset him, we can. Or you're more than welcome to come up tomorrow and see him again.
Yeah, let me see where I am, Your
So
Honor.
even if we reset someone to like 2 weeks, they're still gonna pop up for tomorrow.
Understood,
regardless.
understandable, Your Honor.
Yeah.
All right. Name, excuse me. Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, CHA.
Yes, so 5,002 on Sulmuk. Hey, Will,
Yes. Are we revoking and raising on Swayzer as well?
yes.
Okay. I can come back tomorrow.
On Swayzer, his bonds are at 100. He has a lot of drug history, Will. You know, I don't know if he has. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Well, I can come back tomorrow and talk to him after he had the night to,
Yeah,
clear
I'm
his
with.
head.
Okay. Thanks,
All right,
Frank.
thank you, Judge.
Bye. Okay, so on Sulmuk, 5,002. On Swayzer, 5,001 on each,
5,001 on Swayzer.
on both, on each. Yeah, and then so on the other one, 5,002. Oh my God, I'm gonna have 50,000 bail orders. Okay, let's do the,
CHA.
Yeah.
Page 16. Matthias, come on up.
Good morning, Your Honor.
lawyer today.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to hire a lawyer, but I have made progress as far as working towards getting my license. I've paid my reinstatement fee,
Good.
and I have proof of that as well. I have a receipt for my reinstatement fee. And I've also been paying off a lot of the tickets I had 2 tickets, one in Harris and one in Tomball. I'm paying those off. So I've been making progress towards it. I just haven't had enough money to afford a lawyer at the moment.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a supervisor at Marriott Hotels.
I drug test you right now. What are you gonna test positive for?
To drug test me? Probably alcohol. But I haven't been driving.
You look kind of iffy right now, Mr. Matthias.
Yeah, I actually worked the overnight shift last night. That's actually why I got here late today as well.
So are you so drunk from last night?
No, sir, I worked last night.
This is Mr. Matthias. We have him now on a suspended license case. He just had a felony assault, another assault, and a harassment dismissed not too long ago. Was any drug or alcohol issues involved with those cases, Pavel? Can you please take a look?
I don't see. I don't see any allegations about.
This is what we're gonna do, Mr. Matthias. I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now. I'm gonna have you come back tomorrow and then I'm gonna appoint you a lawyer tomorrow. But I wanna know what, if anything, is in your system right now. So I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test. If you do not go test, I will revoke your bond and set it sky high. Do you understand?
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
will not get any more PR bonds from me. As of now, I'm warning you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm not gonna ding you for any alcohol usage now, but if I find that you're using anything hardcore, you and I are gonna have problems. Do you understand? And we're gonna address those issues. No more dope or alcohol.
Dope or alcohol, Your Honor.
We'll see. I want to test you to see what, if anything, is in your system. I
Understand.
will have you come back tomorrow, and then I'm gonna appoint your lawyer tomorrow. But I want to know what, if anything, is in your system.
I understand, Your Honor. I was gonna say my case is now drug alcohol related though.
I got it. I understand.
Okay.
Does you need an affidavit?
I guess we could, yeah, give it to him and he can take it home and
That's why I
then bring it
wanted
back
to-
tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow?
Yes.
But I'm sending you for a test now, Mr. Matias.
Be in this area, because I don't.
Correct. It's right over here.
Okay.
It's like right a stone's throw.
We finally said that they're gonna see this young lady, or actually while she's there, we want to see her real quick. Step into the desk. Where is that your pocket? Yeah. Yeah.
Sufficient evidence. So it has nothing to do with drug or alcohol.
Yeah.
Jones, Gerald Jones.
You can go ahead and go to the one on the hall. Okay, I got that one for it.
Your Honor.
Sir,
Not gonna,
no. No, wait right here. Sir, you know what? One more, I'll just like that. I got to see back there for you. You're signing papers, you're over here. I got the papers.
Let me be still. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna.
You can drop the attitude with me. It ain't gonna help you.
I'm not even trying to talk to you. I'm trying to stay quiet. That's given by the probable cause.
Sir.
just here.
He just went into the restroom real quick.
Should be hopefully right back.
I got some letter for you to earlier today. I just wanted to throw out to the state. Yeah, didn't really get a chance to read them. I'll sit down and just relax.
I will.
Take your time. I know you've been super busy today.
Tess Jones.
Oh, because I have.
No, yeah, I don't
Judge, do you want to go over a few?
Give me a second. So, Rachel. He tested negative for PCP. Do you, for anything else? Mr. Stryker. So my concern was when he left here last time, he tested positive for PCP. So in the first, since we've had him with DWI, Mr. Jones, come up.
And as you can see from the letter, he's done really well in Arkansas. His concern was there's been, he comes down to Houston, he knows that there's certain things that there's people he hangs around for, and circumstances that aren't true. That's one reason why he wants to stay in Arkansas, because he's the person that letters in Arkansas. Here, he kind of falls into influences he doesn't like. And so that's why we'd like to keep them in under those positive influences as opposed to keeping them back down in Houston, where he feels like there's been negative influences. In fact, that was the issue about a month ago, right? When he came back for a family reunion or something, and whatever it was, and then and so again, he realized that Houston's just not, he just can't be around Houston's just not a good place for him, and where he's in a kind of a bubble, or not bubble, but a zone of sobriety and positive influences, but also he's got a lot of a support network up there, whereas here, of course, he doesn't have that. So that's what his main concern is. And of course, go ahead, Judge.
And let me tell you that I'm in quite a quagmire, because I knew that if you had tested positive for PCP today, I was going to put you in jail. No ifs, ands, or buts, right? This DWI from 4 years ago, it's 4 years old, right?
Out there, yeah, Judge.
It's a PCP DWI. And when you came to court the last time, which was how long ago? 2 weeks ago?
So we can have,
Right? You test positive for PCP again. So either you use a lot of PCP, which could be causing the psychosis that you're dealing with, or all the issues that you're dealing with, right? But now you tested negative, which is a good thing. That's what we want. We want you to be negative, because nothing good happens when you're using PCP. I mean, what good comes from it, right? I mean, you see some crazy stuff, you do crazy things, you end up doing just things that you would never in a million years do. So I'm in a quagmire of how to go forward. Pavel, where do we go from here?
I'm not sure if we were discussing with regards to resolving this case.
The only way we can transfer anything, it's got to be at least 13 months. So if you wanted to enter into a probation today, we could do that, and we'll let you go back to Arkansas. It's Arkansas, right?
It is, Judge. I
Back to
believe
Arkansas,
it
we
has to be
transfer.
DWI second or assault and violence. It can't be a DWI first. Judge.
Stay here for the transfers.
What about a reduction to a first?
It is a first. Judge. It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, this is his first DWI ever. But it has to be DWI second, right, to transfer.
Yeah.
That was our dilemma.
Our conversation last time.
File it as a second.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
He was joking. He was joking.
But
he has been arrested a couple times, Judge, so he has some jail credit. But again, I know that's, he is just, that's one of the reasons we want to give you those letters.
What do you think about that? Are you on board with that?
on board with what, time served? Yeah, I mean, I already offered it. I already offered time served, but in terms of a monitoring solution, I don't know of any that can take him back to Arkansas, to be honest. I mean, realistically, the thing that needs to be done in state is reporting. I mean, the testing, I'm sure can be actually done elsewhere, but in terms of reporting, they'll have to be here. So.
And that brings it back to
You want to
Houston.
plead guilty to this thing and be done with it?
Yes, sir.
And if you do that, it's gonna go on your record. It'll be there forever. I mean, it could impact your, I mean, I don't know for sure, but it could impact your VA somehow. I don't
We
know.
talked about driver license.
I would also have to suspend your license. You'd be done with it, but it'll go on your record. 90 days.
You could talk to Arkansas about getting an occupational driver's license.
That's fine, sir.
And again, we talked about, you have the right to a jury trial, we have the right to fight the case all the way. We talked about that, right? We talked about.
Have you seen the evidence?
I have, Judge, there was a few videos, we talked about this before, I think there was 2 or 3 videos that we have in, and then there's a couple of other officers saying we don't have in yet, but I have seen, the videos and the evidence, and I've talked to my client about that. And so, again, we talked about fighting the case and everything else, but if they were willing to do a time served, that would be conviction on your record. It means it could be used to be enhanced if you ever pick up a DWI again. Right? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying.
How many people say that?
Yes, I can imagine, sir. I'm 54, and then like I said, Arkansas, I turned over a new leaf. I'm utilizing all the resources that I can get to better myself. So I'm not planning on, and as you can see, my UA was negative this time because I was in Arkansas.
And the letters
I'm away from my
letters we provided from the people in Arkansas were recent, meaning they weren't back from like 6 months ago. They were from this last week that we provided to you, Judge. In the court.
As much as we like you, Mr. Jones, we just don't want you to come back. We don't, if you're gonna get lit, great. If you want to drink 15,000 beers, 25 shots of tequila, just don't get into a car. That's all we ask, right? Because at some point, it's really gonna hit you, right? Whether you either end up in jail for 6 months, or God forbid you do something even worse where you kill someone else. I mean, you seem to me to be, a pretty sensitive guy, right? Why would it be fair to injure anyone else? That's all we were trying to prevent. From you to doing catastrophic damage to where you end up in prison or even worse, dead. And when you're using PCP, oof, I've never done it, so I just don't know what it does, right? But I've seen on video what it does to people and the kind of negative reaction it can give you. And it just can really make you go haywire. And if you already are taking other medication and now you're using that, oh, you got it. All right. I mean, if that's what you want to do, Mr. Stryker, if that's what you want to do, we can take it today and we can be done with it once and for all.
You realize that no one's trying to pressure you to do anything. We talked about this before
Yes,
many
sir.
times, right? No one's trying to pressure you to do anything today. You can take time to think about it. You can come back another day to think about it. But if you want to resolve the case today, we can. But again, that's up to you. And of course, we always have a right to fight it as well as a jury trial, right? Okay.
Yes,
Just a few seconds, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Yep.
No, let's do that now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. That dude needs to just stay at home, go nowhere. Home confinement if he gets out. Hell yeah. Like, put it into surgically implant it into his body. Yeah, please. What the flip? Come on. Give me my fried chicken.
So remember what happened with Turner? So the way it looks in the system, it looks that way again. So I'm just gonna reach out to Sophia and Sherry and see if it's the same thing. So we're gonna skip that.
Okay.
So page 5, Korea, you revoked them. What's the amount? Or I'm sorry, you did. Eric came by and said the defendant was supposed to be here. Look at B, and you can
Okay. $5,001.
Right, and then page 5, Castillo, set for Raymond.
The one right under. Is that what you're talking about? 2501.
All right, page 9. Page 9.
Echemendia,
Set for Raymond.
2501.
Page 14, bottom of page 14, council notes of here. Defendants here.
Pavel, on
This is, he was within a 20. Then which
on Mr. Felix, did you speak to the complaining witness on this case?
Do I what?
Did you speak to the complaining witness on Mr. Felix?
I have not, I was waiting for the defense to come inside.
Never came.
Okay, where is she?
Is she the complaining witness?
No, she's not.
You want to go do that?
Yeah, yes.
And then, because I want to do conditions based on what she wants.
I will.
property, which is what I'm keeping.
Oh, that's right. Hey, I need to give that back to you.
I'm sorry.
The letters,
Yes, sir.
they're yours.
Okay, I have copies. I've made.
I don't want to
copies.
file it so other people read it, you know?
Okay, I appreciate that. I just want to be able to show you, show the prosecutors.
No. You, sir, Mr. Felix. So is your last name Felix?
Yes, no. Yes.
So what happened with the lawyer?
Oh, Mr. Brooks. I called off.
I could have sworn I saw a lot here earlier, no? Did you give him money?
Yes, sir. I've been dealing with this book for 23 years. Sir.
What would you like me to do?
You said?
You want me to give you a lawyer?
No. My God.
Okay, we can set you off. I mean, I can give you 30 days. You know, your case is a new case, so typically what we do is we give someone 30 days and then he can come in earlier, sign on, and then give you a new date. Once you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to just waste your time coming to court. All we ask you to do is just stay in contact with the complaining witness, with your lawyer, and then they'll tell you when to come back to court. We're just gonna have the state speak to her because I want to know what she wants, and then we'll craft conditions like that. If you want to head on over to Victoria, we'll just give you a reset. And then, has he already signed or no?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Felix, just kind of take a seat. Let me wait for them to get back. I'm gonna draft conditions, then you guys can go.
Mr. Felix, so your first name is Terrell?
We did the name change, Victoria.
Oh, you did already? Okay. Well, then-
You're good, Melissa.
Judge, you ready?
Yeah.
Next is page 23, Rodriguez, who was set for THA today. No,
Oh, this is clear trial. This case is 500 days old. Hell no. Mm-mm-mm. $25,003.
Are you gonna do a BL?
Hey.
Is that enough? And then we have one more after that.
Okay, who is that?
Next one is page 28, 29. Lola. Monday, Thursday tester. So two here.
Okay.
Also, you are expecting NAs.
10,002 on both. I have to do bail order on him too.
That's it. Anna and Mr. D, if y'all want to. Okay. You're welcome.
And next time, you don't have to sit here and wait,
Oh.
just
We gotta.
Put your phone numbers.
Oh, yeah, they got email things to stay around
What? Why?
until the end of docking. in case
Come on.
it's Somebody else.
Well, that's lame. Who said that? We can override that.
Oh, makes sense. I'm not 100% sure.
Hey.
We just finished earlier. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Victoria, I'll keep that.
Yeah. Anna, you're 30 minutes early. We do have that out of town in the back.
any news? PR bond.
Oh. Don't forget to get the judge to sign that, dismissal on Ms. Bryant, area Bryant.
Do you need it now, Mr.
Oh,
D?
no, I don't need it, I just need you. Tomorrow, I can pick it up tomorrow.
No, I'll send it right now. Hold on. Let me just see if I can find it. I don't see it. Oh, man. I don't see it, Mr. D.
It should be. But the state is.
Oh,
It's already dismissed. Oh, no, that's the felony. It's already dismissed, yeah.
we did that. She took a plea earlier.
Oh, no, that was a real penalty.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't get any.
No, it was similar. It's dismissed, go to finish.
Yeah. Yes, it's already done, Judge. Chief.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Chief, turn it off.
Hello? Hello? Hey, yeah.
So spring it.
Yeah.
No, but, no, right. Let me call you in a few, though, okay? Okay.
Yeah, we right on.
I'm making it higher on you, Loa. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm making it higher, just.
Yes, sir. Nice. Okay, what you gonna do? Okay.
15,003 on Uloa. Okay. Bye, Mr. D. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah. I just say bye, Mr. D, and I was thinking this was for him. Oh, I am. I just had to yell at next door. They sent her down. Because they were. I would have school back for 20. So, no, she was But there's.
Okay, so can we go through all the bail orders that I need to do? Do you mind? How many people do we take into custody?
Dang near all of them.
Okay.
I don't, well, you didn't say bail orders, but page 24 Salazar, that one was done earlier.
Thank you. That's it. I knew that I was missing one, and I think that that was her, Samantha Salazar. Yeah, so her bond is set at 25,004. And Samantha Salazar absconded from probation, right?
She picked up the new law violation, and then after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. He signed it on my iPad.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
He tested positive for THC and tested negative. For that, he's the one that's supposed to know.
The one that's coming back. Okay, great. Yeah, okay, got it. Do the VA thing. Got it. Okay, so any more BOs that need to be done? Ethan?
Huh?
Any more bail orders?
That was Salazar. What
Yeah.
about, did you do page 23 Rodriguez?
Yes. I got one.
Okay, I'm ready.
From Mario, I did one for Mario, yes, Mario, yes, Rodriguez, yes. For Swazer, yes.
What about the T last name? Page
Sukmul, yeah,
Yes.
I did one on him. And that's it as far as people we took in, right?
Judge, there was somebody that you said you wanted to take off the PR bond.
Oh, right, yes, God, who was that? Well, I wrote it on here, actually, no, okay, Tillis, that's it, yeah. That's another one, okay, that's the last one, I think. Okay, so, Pavel.
Yes.
We have a motion to restore here.
Can you make a number, please, Judge?
251-9512. I'm gonna take a look real quick.
Yes, Judge, we discussed this earlier, last week. I believe she's requesting the firearm back.
Right, to provide proof that a purchase, come up, ma'am. Are you Miss Stewart? Yes, ma'am. Are you Miss Stewart? So I need proof of purchase of the
Yes,
gun
sir.
that has a serial number
Yes, sir.
with the receipt. That has your name on it.
Okay, I don't have a receipt, but I have everything else. And
Show me what you have. Let me
Okay,
see.
yes. I would have got the receipt. I didn't know that as well. And did you want to look at my ID? It matches the address as well as on the.
Let's see what you have there.
Okay. Here you go. Oh, I forgot to write my email. If you need me to write my email, Your Honor, I will. Get this to him, this is my ID, so he can see that, the address and stuff match.
Thanks.
Permission to speak, Your Honor?
Okay.
Okay.